This week's Stargirl was all about consequences for many of our heroes and the bigger world at large. Consequences were across the board for primarily some of the villains this week, as we see that sometimes you just want to be a family man. I think the biggest surprise of the episode is that the magician was put on ice, literally, before we actually got to see him go up against Stargirl. And this was after Stargirl and Stripe went up against Icicle. Unfortunately for them, this led to a bus crashing, and the magician's son, who Courtney had started befriending, it led to his death, unfortunately. And following a slight outrage, the magician himself was put on ice. I was actually surprised that they killed off two characters, especially for a family, like killing a kid. But I think that's also good for the show because it brings some levity to the show and shows that we are playing serious. For Courtney, it shows that there are consequences to her actions, such as meddling and going after Icicle, which indirectly caused the death. But it's unfortunate that we won't be able to see the magician go up against Stargirl, but Stargirl definitely has a vendetta now, particularly towards Icicle. But with Courtney feeling grief over what she had indirectly caused, Pat takes her to see the Justice Society of America's headquarters. It's actually really cool, and we even get a glimpse of the Flash, which we still don't know exactly who was playing him or what happened to him, so I'm curious to see. But we get to see a lot of the relics of these former heroes, and we even hear, and this later on with the end of the episode gives Courtney the idea of recruiting a new generation of heroes. So it'll be interesting to see where this goes. But on the politics side, Courtney's mom finally got some chance to do with her new job at the city council for the mayor's office, and it turns out she's not only working with Icicle, but she's on a specific task force without even knowing. And the actress Amy Smart had already said that she has a few action sequences this season, so I'm curious to see how they will tie her story in with Courtney's. But with the school children slowly and finally with next week's episode getting their chance to incorporate in the main story, I'm excited to see how it all ties in together and as the plot starts moving. Particularly now that revenge is on the mind, Courtney will stop at nothing to make sure that she fixes things and find out who her real father is. But this was a really good episode, and I thought while some of the CGI, particularly with the bus, was a bit wonky, it really held up, and Stargirl so far is a really, really good episode. I can't wait to see what continues to happen. I'm also excited to see Icicle Jr. take a place, and I'm really hoping that they do something with the magician's wife, as she seemed very naturally distraught, but I feel like she may know about the power of the wand and maybe a bit more. But let me know what you thought of this week's episode, and what are you hoping to come from of these new heroes.